So in this video we're going to create a virtual machine and install Linux desktop and Linux server. So right now I'm just creating a new virtual machine. I'm going to point at an ISO first to install Linux desktop. So we have the option to customize our virtual machine. Come in here, give it a file name, and open up our settings. We can edit our processor and memory. We're going to increase the memory from 1 gig to 2 gigs. And after we've increased the memory to 2 gigs, we can close the settings window, and we're going to make it full screen so we can see what's going on. Click the big play button, and that'll start the virtual machine, and we can begin the installation process. So we're going to choose to install this on the hard drive. We'll select English for our language of choice. Click Next. We'll edit our date and time. Make sure that the date and time is correct in the correct time zone. We'll choose our destination. We're going to install it on the virtual hard drive with 20 gigs available. For learning purposes, we're going to select the Review Modify setting, switch it over to a standard partition, press Continue. It's going to bring up another box. These are the partitions that it's automatically created. We're going to elect to edit the root partition. You can change the size from 17 gigs to 12 gigs. And we'll update these settings. You'll see them take effect in the window. Then we'll go over, click Done. We'll accept these changes to continue and move on. We'll set our root password. Then we'll create a new user with the password. And click Quit. Now we're going to power off the machine so that before we restart it, we can remove the ISO as our disk drive. This will allow us, when we start up the machine again, it will load directly from the virtual hard drive. After it's loaded, we can select our user that we created earlier, type in the password, and click Sign In. First time use, select our language for our text and our keyboard. We'll leave the default settings here, click Next, and we'll start using Fedora. Now we're going to go through the same process again of creating a virtual machine. This time we'll be using an ISO for Ubuntu server, and we'll use all the same settings as we did for the Fedora desktop version. So in the server version, there's no mouse support, so everything is done via the keyboard. So we'll come through, select our default settings for language, keyboard, make sure that everything is going to match up with United States English. Here we'll create a host name for the machine. Then we'll type in the name for the user. As well as the username. And we'll type in a password for that new user. And re-enter the password to verify. I'm going to choose not to encrypt our home directory. Here we're going to accept the Eastern Time Zone, and we're going to use a guided partitioning method. So we're going to select the virtual disk. We're going to write changes to disks and configure our logical volume. We're going to choose the full amount of disk space, and we're going to write these changes to disk. We're going to leave the proxy information blank for none. We're going to select no automatic updates. We're going to choose all of these options. Type in our root password again. Choose default settings. Type in our host name again. Type it in again. Now we're going to install the bootloader. Our installation is complete. We're going to continue. It's going to restart the machine. And now we're able to log in with our user and password that we set up in the very beginning. Thank you for watching these videos. Look for the next one coming up later.